2,818 USD per annum, which also is a huge question mark, because end of the day 1% of our population has 50% of our wealth. So the income that comes into India is not distributed equally. Hunger index, we are ranking 102nd amongst 123 countries. We rank 102 amongst 123 countries. That's our status. Mind you, according to the government, 80 crore of our people are being given free ration. 16th we are. Who rated? We rated ourselves. And we gave ourselves 16th. Even the sad part of it is, after us rating ourselves, still we couldn't be in the top 5. Ethical governance is where, where our politicians right before the election are picked up and put behind bars by ED. And then after the election, they're asked to go back. Then they come back. Ethical governance. The problems talk about what India is facing, talk about where we should improve. We are trolled, we are humiliated. There are so many people who write to us saying that we are negative, we own data. What are we supposed to do? Sing praises? Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. So on the eve of budget, actually, I wrote an article. The article was about, how we should view budget and how I view budget, actually. And the fact that, numbers tend to fascinate us. When the government tells us, our GDP, we are the 4th largest economy in the world, and we are going to be 3rd largest, and then 1st, and then 2nd, and all that. We get enamored, we celebrate, and, we shout and howl as if all the money has come into our banks. And, we are the richest. We are billionaires, all of us. That's how we behave. At least we tend to behave that way. My article was regarding the fact that, listen, when you hear these things like we are the 4th largest economy and we are growing so fast and the world is, can't see us growing, that's the speed in which we are growing and all. When you hear all of that, please understand that our per capita income is one of the worst in the world. One of the worst in the world. We are ranked 144th as far as per capita income is concerned, with 2,818 USD per annum per person in India. 2,818 USD per annum, which also is a huge question mark, because end of the day, think about it, end of the day, 1% of our population has 50% of our wealth. So the income that comes into India is not distributed equally. People like huge corporate houses, they take away most of the income. And finally, does an average Indian get 2 lakh rupees, which is what $2,818 roughly comes to? Okay, and the fact that, we are given free ration with that kind of money, is that even right? So the fact that I have a big question mark on 2,818 USD as our per capita income, and over and above that, we are 144th in the world, one of the worst in the world. I'll give you an example. Our hunger index, we are ranking 102nd amongst 123 countries. We rank 102 amongst 123 countries. That's our status, hunger index. Mind you, according to the government, 80 crore of our people are being given free ration. Yet there is hunger index, and yet they say that we have 2,818 USD, roughly translate to around 2 lakh plus rupees. That is what they say our per person gets annually. I first of all, I have a problem to that, because, if there are 5 people in the family, does that family in some mofusal town earns 10 lakh rupees income? I have my doubts, but the fact remains that look at it. With this kind of money, if they're actually getting it, would you need to give 80 lakh people free ration? With all of that, we are 102 in the 123 countries, hunger index. Our malnutrition, 35.5% of our children under 5 are stunted, and 19.3% people are considered wasted. This is National Family Health Survey 5 report. So end of the day, this is our situation. So my article actually was focusing on, let's not just get enamored by numbers. Let's not just get enamored by the finance minister saying that I'm giving $1 trillion there, $1 trillion here, $2 billion there, $2 billion there for welfare. Actually, does it actually translate? Is it actually helping us? That's the question we should ask ourselves. This is what I was speaking about. A lot of people wrote back to me saying that, listen, what are you talking about? You know, all these hunger index and all that I mentioned, no, these are all humbug. These are all Western agencies. All Western agencies trying to build a very bad picture for India. Very bad picture for India. So we should not trust any of these. Okay. ठीक है, चलो. Now, they were not speaking in isolation. They were speaking what a lot of IT cell guys and a lot of people from one particular political ideology speaks, saying that everybody who criticizes us, all liars, all conspiracy, all Western conspiracy, all Soros and all whatever. All that this is normally what is said. Chalo, theek hai. Now, Indian government took this very seriously. Indian government says, why should we not rate ourselves? Why should we not form our own categories, form our own ratings, form our own ranking, and we will rank the world now? And they did that. They did that and they called it Responsible Nation Index, RNI. And this Responsible Nation Index was through the World Intellectual Property Foundation, that is WIF, at the Dr. Ambedkar International Center. They launched it in New Delhi. And the thing is, this was done by the JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, otherwise known for FIRs and protests that they think their students do. But when it comes to indexing all, they use Jawaharlal Nehru University and the Indian Institute of Management, Mumbai, not Ahmedabad, Mumbai. Okay. So IIM and JNU put together, they created this categorization, this methodology where they measured the Responsible Nation Index. Okay. Now, let us understand what this Responsible Nation Index is. Responsible Nation Index talks about ethical governments. Mind you, this is very important. Please hear this very, very carefully. Responsible Nation Index, the categories are, the criteria are ethical governance, social well-being, environmental responsibility and global accountability. I will repeat myself. Ethical governance, social well-being, environmental responsibility and global accountability. 4. These are the criteria in which countries were gauged, countries were ranked and they gave a ranking. Ethical governance. Very interesting. First, let me talk about the ranking, then we will get back into this criteria, because this criteria is something that we should really talk about. Okay, so according to RNI, they gave Singapore number 1. Singapore, therefore, is number 1. Switzerland, number 2. Germany is number 12th. And we, India, we are number 16th. Ethical governance, social well-being, environmental responsibility, global accountability. I will come to that, but I just thought I will keep you informed. Achha, United Kingdom is not good in all this, by the way. They are 25th. United Kingdom 25th and Japan is 38th. Japan is just not good in any of this. So Japan is 38 and Antigua, remember that Nirav Modi, the place he was in where he was kidnapped and all that. Antigua, they gave 46. But New Zealand is below Antigua, that is 48. That's the story. Okay, so that's the ranking. So the very interesting ranking. Very, very interesting ranking. Australia, Australia is 62. Nowhere close. India 16, Australia 62, nowhere close to us. United States of America is 66. I don't know whether it was, something to do with Trump and our lovely relationship with Trump. I don't know. I mean, it could be, they could definitely have reasons for this. I'm just giving you my opinion. But United States is 66th. We are 16th. United States is 66th. China 68th. United Arab Emirates, Dubai. I hope my production team shows you some parts of Dubai. Dubai, what you see on your screen, hopefully. Dubai is 75th. We are 16th. So on and so forth. I think Kuwait is 114th. So on and so forth. Chalo, this is what the story is. 16th we are. Who rated? We rated ourselves. And we gave ourselves 16th. Even the sad part of it is, after us rating ourselves, still we couldn't be in the top 5. I'm sure we must have tried, but still we couldn't be in the top 5. And America and all are 66th and all of that. So that is where we are. Now let me come to the criteria part of it. How interesting the criteria is and how well we fared in the criteria. So this is something that you can decide now. Because in end of the day, all this is for us, no? All this is judged by us, no? All this is used by us. So don't you think we have the right to judge it? And we have the understanding to judge it? So you judge by your own standards. Ethical governance in our country. Okay, let me talk about ethical governance for a minute. You see, I just heard an article, which I'll do an editorial on Monday, where a gangster has has been released from jail without court orders. He just walked out of jail. He walked out of jail. Okay, without court orders. Okay, and there is another person in Madhya Pradesh who, in spite of court orders of acquittal, is still languishing in the jail for last 21 years. So, ethical governance. Ethical governance is where, where our politicians, before the election, right before the election, are picked up and put behind bars by ED. And then after the election, they're asked to go back. Then they come back. Ethical governance. Ethical governance is when a rapist gets bail at a drop of a hat. Drop of a hat. He's on parole. Drop of a hat. And activist who was having Parkinson, who couldn't drink water, is still behind bars. Another activist from Ladakh, Wanchuk, who is supposed to be a super brain, now known worldwide, behind bars. But rapist, murderers and all were given remission also. That also happened. Rapist, murderers were given remission, and thanks to a judge who still took decisions with some conscience, she put them back. Thank God for it. Otherwise, they would have possibly been roaming free. Rapist and murderers. Rapist of a woman, murdered children, child, infant. They were put out. Ethical governance. This is what we are. We are 16th best in the world. You see, social well-being. Social well-being. Social well-being, I'm appalled. You see the visual on your screen? That's a rat in a hospital. Rat in a hospital. This is the social well-being we have. You see those pictures? These are school kids. School kids trying to reach their school. The picture that you see. And what you see is literally a nala. That is your dirty water flowing, which they're actually kind of negotiating to go to school. This is our picture. This is social well-being. This is social well-being. You see that picture where those kids are eating salt with roti. That is their midday meal. Social well-being. There are instances where lizards were found and children fell sick. Social well-being. We are 16th best in the world. You see, I want to actually also talk about one more aspect of it. Again, going back to governance, ethical or non-ethical. You see that picture in your screen? This picture is from Meera Bhainder. This is a bridge. And look at the bridge. There are two roads coming and meeting this one particular bridge. This is how the bridge looks. It's actually a joke. I don't know whether it's a bridge or some kind of a circus device. I have still not made out, but this is supposed to be a bridge. Oh, see this other bridge. This other bridge possibly is another wonder of the world. Possibly it will also get as one of the wonders of the world, where you have a bridge which has got a 90-degree turn. So they're expecting a vehicle to go like ding, like this straight, and then tongue on the left. This is how they're expecting the vehicle to travel. So these are our governance, super governance. We are the 16th best in the world, mind you. Mind you, we have categorized it, we have judged ourselves, we have ranked ourselves. Very fair people, we are 16th. We didn't give ourselves first rank, no, we gave 16th. So we are the 16th best in the world. Now let's come to environmental accountability. Environmental accountability, responsibility. Environmental responsibility. Most of our cities are the most polluted cities in the world. And we are environmentally responsible. We are the 16th best in the world, Baba. So this is what one talks about. This is one talks about. Global accountability. I don't know what global accountability and how, what are the measures, what are the things that you take into consideration. Global accountability part of it. But broadly, what we see every day, this is what I showed you. Now you decide whether we are 16th and Japan and all are way below us, and Dubai and all are way below us. I hope my team is showing you the pictures of roads and traffic in Japan and Dubai and all that, and then you decide whether our ranking was right or wrong. My point is, and my conclusion. You see, the first step to development, the first step to progress is to understand, accept where we are going wrong. To get out of denial. My problem is that we never seem to get out of denial. And if somebody puts up that problem, somebody shows the problem, that person, the messenger is shot. The messenger is shot. Geeta Gopinath tried to tell us about our environment. She was humiliated. Anybody, and most of us who come in front of you, talk about the problems, talk about what India is facing, talk about where we should improve, we are trolled, we are humiliated. There are so many people who write to us saying that we are negative, we only talk. What are we supposed to do? Sing praises? Is that how we are going to develop our country? By every day, morning to night, sitting and singing praises and saying that how great we are, how beautiful we are, how honey and milk flows from those bridges that you just saw, that the two, one coming and one, those kind of bridges. Is that what we are supposed to do? The issue is, somewhere down the line, I think the first thing we need to understand is distinguish between patriotism and denial. When you don't see faults in your own system, in your own country, in your own house, you're in denial. That does not mean that you do not love your house, your country, your city, your state. I don't need to love my government, by the way. That doesn't mean that one doesn't love your own country. So let's first understand the distinction between patriotism and being in denial. Secondly, let's first understand the problem, accept the problem, and then try to change. If this happens, I think we'll be a far, far better state. And possibly then this number that we gave ourselves, this number will hold true. Possibly there'll be no questions asked. Maybe, you never know, we could rate ourselves better. That's the point I wanted to make. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock for budget. Namaskar.